CQVX, CQVX, CQVX. This is Havana calling. CQVX, CQVX, CQVX. This is Radio Havana calling all shortwave listeners and radio amateurs. Welcome to DXers Unlimited, Radio Havana's weekly feature dedicated to the fascinating world of radio communications.
Hola amigos radioaficionados all around the world. I am Arnie Coro, broadcasting from my home in Havana's Nuevo Vedado neighborhood to the west of the city. The Coro family is full-time at home since about a month ago, as required by the present worldwide pandemic of the COVID-19 virus. I have now more time to do extensive monitoring of the high-frequency propagation conditions, including one of my favorite research topics, that is the formation, evolution, and sudden disappearance of sporadic E clouds. By the way, the summer sporadic E season of the Northern Hemisphere is about to start, and it is happening during the deepest, most pronounced solar minimum now in progress. And now more information about solar activity for you. 2 solar cycles are active at once. Sunspot numbers today is 12, and after a long spell of 0 sunspots for many days, there are 2 sunspots in the sun's southern hemisphere. Their magnetic polarity reverse. Something interesting. They come from different solar cycles because they have reverse magnetic polarity. One sunspot, active region 2760, belongs to old solar cycle 24, while the other one, active region 2761, belongs to the new solar cycle 25. We know this because of Hale's polarity law. Active region 2760 is plus-minus polarity, while active region 2761 is minus-plus polarity reverse signs, marking belonging them to different cycles. This is actually normal according to heliophysicists. Solar cycles always overlap at their boundaries, spring in solar minimum with a mixture of old and new cycle sunspots, something like today. They pop up simultaneously. We must see more information about combinations in the months ahead as we slowly sail through one of the deepest solar minimums in a century, the minimum of solar cycle 24. The simultaneous appearance of 2 solar cycles suggests a type of temporary balance. In fact, the tipping point may have already been reached. So far this year, there have been 7 number sunspots only 7 for the whole year. 5 of them belong from cycle 25. This compares to only 17 in 2019 and 0 in 2018. Slowly, solar cycle 25 is coming to life, and solar cycle 24 is vanishing. Amigos, here is now item 2 of today's DXers Unlimited, protecting your radios from transients induced into the antenna system, part 2. As I said in part 1 of this topic some time ago, it is nice to have add-on to any receiving site a receiver protection unit to protect receivers from high levels of radio frequency that may come, especially when one is using large-size antenna systems. Although, as a matter of fact, I would say that receiver front-end protection should be provided at all locations where an external antenna is used or not. As also explained in part 1 of this topic, in the particular case of multi-station radio amateur contest groups where receiver damage may occur from high-power transmitters operating at the same or the adjacent frequency bands very near one to the other, it will prove to be quite impossible to keep the multi-transmitters contest station on the air without adding a certain number of very well-designed filters that separate the signals and protect these radios. And of course, protection is essential for software-defined radios operators wanting to run receivers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unattended, as the protection unit will divert electrostatic charges and near lightning charges to ground. Now, how do they work? This is a very complicated circuit, and it uses just busted circuit elements. The typical present-day, well-designed and built protection unit has to include 3 levels of protection against overpowered damage caused by electrostatic charge on the antenna and also nearby lightning surges. Now let me add that nothing will save your equipment connected to an external antenna from a direct impact of a lightning bolt. You cannot save anything. Everything will go like cold. For me, a shot as it is direct hit will destroy practically all electronic equipment along the path to ground of the super high voltage and high current lightning bolt. The first protection element of this device must be a gas discharge tube rated to very high voltage. It must be connected across the antenna input socket. The second device required is an isolation transformer connected between the two input and output sockets. This isolates the output socket from any electrostatic charges on the input socket. If the unit is used as a sole protection device for a receiver, I always insist that the device will connect to a good earth or ground connection so that extra electricity from the antenna can safely flow to ground and do the least damage possible. The built-in broadband isolation transformer, the important requirement is that it must be designed to saturate with very high frequency power levels so that the following diode limiter can limit the output power to a safe level that protects the input of the receiver. Again, it is a fact that a well-designed front-end protection device will meet very strict operating parameters, little attenuation, and good rejection of frequencies outside the bandwidth. Amigos, let me insist that I cannot explain why designers of highly sophisticated high-frequency VHF receivers, even very expensive ones, and also transceivers that cost a lot of money, do not include the built-in protection front end that is certainly required to assure the survivability of the equipment. In real professional equipment, we always see the protection elements at the input of the antenna. More Radio Havana-related information coming to you in a few seconds when DXers Unlimited. Middle of the week edition continues after a short break for station ID. Amigos, this is your favorite shortwave radio station, 59 years on the air, and in a few days from now, on the first day of May of 1961, we went on the air with the name Radio Havana Cuba. Previously, we had been on the air since 24th February 1961 with the name Onda Corta Experimental Cubana. This is Radio Havana Cuba, Manicoro, on the air and on the World Wide Web, providing you with a wide scope of interesting shows. We do QSL, certainly we do QSL, that means we radio hobby jargon, means that we provide you QSL cards when you send your signal reports and comments about our programs to info.rhc@enet.cu. Again, this is the mailing address, info.rhc@enet.cu. Now our next radio related item. According to our forecasters, who specialize in tropical hurricanes, it is expected that this storm season will start on the first day of June of this year, just a few days away, and it is certainly going to be a very active one according to the most recent forecast. That's why it's so important to be prepared to provide assistance during emergencies if you happen to be a licensed radio amateur operator capable of operating on single sideband voice and so on. This is why I find it so important to be prepared to provide assistance during such emergencies. All radio amateurs should be prepared for handling emergencies, and if you happen to be a licensed radio amateur capable of operating using SSB or digital modes, well, you are invited to participate in all the emergency nights and help with your assistance. Amigos, DXers Unlimited is coming to you from Havana, Cuba. The high-frequency shortwave international broadcast band. We operate on the 25 meters band frequency of 11,760 kHz that we started to use during the first test transmissions from the Malta transmitting site. Started during the early February of 1961, 24th of February 1961, the exact date. It is interesting to bring up the fact that Radio Havana Cuba has registered the use of 11,760 with the International Telecommunication Union in Geneva, Switzerland, all the way since 59 years in a row. And now at the end of the show, a reminder, amigos, please send your signal reports and comments to info.rhc@enet.cu. Again, info.rhc@enet.cu or via mail to Manicoro, Radio Havana Cuba, Havana, Cuba.
And that's all for today. This is Icom IC-R8600, your host here at Radio Havana's DXers Unlimited, saying 73 and very good DX.
Thanks, Arnie Coro, CO2KK. DXers Unlimited heard twice a week here on Radio Havana Cuba. The weekend edition, which you just now heard, and the midweek edition on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, UTC days, as Arnie said.